Hello, everyone. This is episode 26 of Here Comes the Pitch, a podcast about pitching story ideas. Today's guest, Birdie Birdashaw, will be pitching a rom-com called Love's Song to me and special guest Scum of Tempe. I would compare this story to the movies Ladies and Gentlemen, The Fabulous Stains, and Before Sunrise. I'm your host, Derk Harron. Without further ado, here comes the pitch. Birdie, we're here for you right now. You're going to pitch us a story.
All right. So this is one that's been in the back of my mind for about 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Awesome.
It's been an idea I've had. I'll give a very simple premise and we can add on to it.
Okay.
It involves, I guess, my romantic side.
Interesting.
Wow. And my love of fake bands.
Fake bands.
Like Spinal Tap.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Gorillaz. like the Monkees. The movie version of Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, easy on the Monkees, all right?
I'm loving the Monkees, but it's like those. Okay. But they were a band that were put together. They originally didn't play their own instruments. They learned eventually. Yeah. They didn't write their own songs. I'm saying, like, to me, like, not saying it's a bad thing, but that fits this category. It's like I would like to create like a movie that involves this awesome fake band. Even like Scott Pilgrim, like the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack.
Right.
Like,
but, those are all like other bands and they were just playing their
songs.
Well,
Beck wrote most of the music.
Yeah. Well, and then also, Frank Black too.
Yeah.
From the Pixies. Like, that Ramona song, it's a Frank Black song. And so, but yeah. I already love the premise of it.
All right. So it starts off, dark bar, generic pop rock bands playing something similar to, like, I guess at this time, like the Strokes.
Okay, yeah.
They're like very simple pop guitar, like almost garage rock kind of sound, playing in the background. This guy's sitting in the back corner, like kind of at the bar, kind of earing the band, just drinking a beer, just keeping to himself. And he sees this girl comes in, sits right next to him. Has the same kind of beer he has, so he's already intrigued. Like, no one drinks this beer, it's just me. And so the band finishes up their set, and so she just comes and goes, "So what'd you think?" I was like, and he means to say, I've heard better.
Yeah.
And he's gonna say, I've played better.
Oh.
And so she goes, "Oh, you're in a band." And she, like, her eyes perk up, and she's kind of really intrigued with him. And now he's like, "I got this girl who's likes the same kind of beer. She's really cute. We're in a bar. Why not lie and say I'm in a band?"
I've had friends that do that, actually.
So he says, "Oh, yeah." So now she starts asking him questions about the band.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, "Oh, yeah, I play bass and I sing, and da-da-da-da-da." And he's listened to enough music to know his shit.
Right.
But he's just, scores with her. Really likes her, so she goes, at the end of the night, or the next morning, she goes, "So when can I see your band play?" And now he wants to stay with this girl.
Right.
So now he has to create a fake band, learn how to play, put on the show to impress her.
Right.
Now here's where
And he's got to do it pretty quick, too.
Yeah. So he gets some friends who know some sort of music, some sort of talent, nothing super, not like virtuosos or anything, but enough to they can place 3 chords and carry a beat.
Right.
So they write a couple songs. They play a show. They get all hyped up, and they kill, and they become like the next big underground band.
Right.
Then it turns out he doesn't care about it. He just wanted to be with her.
Right.
And she doesn't like the music.
Wow.
So now he has to find a way to stay with her and then deal with the success of this band that's on the rise.
Right. That's interesting, man. I love that premise. Like, I love the idea that he's like, shit, I've, like, been caught in a lie. Yeah. And now I need to, like, make this happen so that I can keep it going. And
I feel like it's a romantic comedy kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like, just to keep the lie alive, I like that. I like that, and then she doesn't like the music. So what is it like? What would he have to do? Like, would he maybe have to try to like make a song to her taste or something like with this band?
I think he would have to like sabotage the band, which would make them upset,
right?
Because they're successful now. You know, these guys are making money.
Yeah,
maybe get a record deal and can do stuff. You know, and then he's got to just figure out a way to like maybe either tell her the truth or like break off the band and like do a solo and just like try to do songs to her liking, and that are maybe more of his style of music too, because they would have similar interests, I think, musically too.
So would he jeopardize all that, like, or maybe in a sense, like he's starting to like, you know, he's starting to like find out that like, man, I have all these new these talents that like I didn't even know I had. And like,
he's the bass player. I don't think he has talent.
Hey, I've seen some pretty good bass players, but yeah,
I've played bass for bands, so it's like I know. So.
Did you say you smoke bass?
Yeah, I smoked a lot of bass. That's how I came up with this idea. I was Pookie. New Jack City reference. If
yeah, that's okay. I got
it. but I think it'd be. I don't know. This is because you've gotten to a point where, like, what's the resolution? Like I think you've gotten to like the end of Act 2, where like getting the band together is kind of Act 2. You know, Act 1 is where her you know, they have that one night stand or just like that night together, and then her saying like when do I see your band?
And so you have to juggle like a relationship and band practice. And like hide from her that he doesn't know how to play at all.
That too.
There'll be a lot of good moments.
Well, and then I think that whole second act is like now he's got to like find people that know how to play music, somebody that can teach him how to play bass really quick, and then get it all to work out. Like maybe he does know a lot of people. Like he's been a part of the music scene just as like a fan. And so he's asking, like,
you go to a lot of bars, you see the same bands over and over again, you know.
Well, dude, actually, it's really funny because I can relate to this story quite a bit. Because, like, I wasn't doing very well with the ladies for a good amount of time. And I know that my best friend Dale, like, he thought, like, it would be fun to start a cover band. And he's like, and you should be the singer. And that'll get you out, it'll get you laid, which it did.
Yeah.
Probably not with the best ladies, but like it still got me back in the game and it gave me my confidence. And but yeah, like I could see how I can kind of relate with this character where it's like I need to keep this alive so that I can get laid.
I'm starting a band. Scum in the cell phone.
But I like that. I like that it's about him lying about being in this band and like and then having to recreate this lie, like make it real. And but I could almost see maybe him realizing that maybe this girl isn't the best thing for him. Like maybe at that moment, you know, because he was kind of down in the dumps, and then she inspired him to like become more than like who he was at that moment, and how.
So he gets the band and the fame, but loses the girl.
Yeah, well, or maybe there's another girl. Like that's the thing is that now like he has this confidence. Now he's out and about. Now he's like being the best version of himself. Maybe he doesn't need that girl anymore. Maybe
I would say it's easier to get another girl than to throw away the band.
Yeah, because like another thing. Yeah, that's another thing too. Is that like finding that connection with like a couple people, and like you know, creating music together, or in my case, like just playing other people's music, but with like a passion behind it that other people really enjoy. Like you just that like there's nothing better than like performing. Like I think that there's like a whole different feeling and behind that. And one thing, like you know our friends, you know Sonny, you know Josh, you know how
Josh Howerson, Sonny DiCarlo.
Those guys can be kind of difficult, and they were pretty immature when we started that band, and so they've grown up quite a bit since then, and so it was always like an adventure or task to get to practice, to get it all put together, pawning their instruments, and then waiting until they got their paycheck to like get their instruments out of the pawn shop so that we could actually play, the show or whatever, like there was always like these crazy obstacles, but like I was willing to go through all that shit just to perform, because like
that's one thing I like about Sonny and Josh. Those two guys, they've been in multiple bands, right? And one time a band member moved to New York and the Titles, and but it's like those two guys don't give up. It's, and I know one, I'm not gonna say his name, he's gone to rehearsal a couple times drunk, and maybe he's depressed, who knows, but whatever, that's their passion is music,
right?
So if the band breaks up for whatever reason, they keep going at it, and
they start something new. Like it's always the next project, or it's multiple projects.
Well, it's like with PV Casualties. Like maybe they don't play all the time,
right? So
they have their other side bands,
right?
And I ask me what I play.
What do you play?
Dominoes. So I can't play an instrument and I can't sing, right? I can tell jokes and play dominoes and drink a lot of beer. And see this? This is not an implant.
He's pointing to his belly. Now we're pointing to all of our bellies. Our bellies.
But I mean, that's one thing about music. Like when you have that passion, and I'm not going to pick up a guitar and start trying to be in a band at my age. I'm just going to lie about it and say I am in a band.
So you can relate to this story.
But I mean, it's just that it's cool to have that passion. And on Birdie's story, this guy is making up all this just to be with this woman, and come to find out that the band's actually good.
Yeah.
And now they're making money and probably going on tour. Dude, now.
But what if he's not passionate about it though?
But he's good at it, apparently, right?
Yeah, he's good enough. I think I don't think they're not like I don't think they're.
But they have potential.
Sure, we can say that. It's I almost think like One Hit Wonder almost. The Wonders. That's another great fake band.
Yeah, That Thing You Do. That's a great movie.
Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, that's another fake band.
No, but
literally.
Yeah.
In Florida, I had a lot of friends in bands and a lot of musicians to hang out with. I used to get in for free and get free beer as long as I played tambourine.
Oh yeah.
So I used to play I could play 7 tambourines at once.
What year was this?
This was between 2002 to about 2012.
Oh wow.
Was this back when you lived in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
But one of my friends' bands I used to love, Ersatz Glow. They sounded like if you mix early REM with Weezer.
Okay.
Like very pop rock. They weren't huge, but I mean they got to play shows. I got to play a lot of places.
Yeah.
But I know the lead singer was really passionate about the music,
right?
About that band's music, and so he was really into it. And the drummer, who's a close friend of mine, he loved playing, but he was in his room at night with his Pro Tools and all those programs, and he was recording the next. He was really into a lot of weird stuff, Devo, Frank Zappa, Captain Beefheart. He wanted to be like that. So he just had all this weird stuff he did.
Oh, so he was creating his own solo music while he was playing in this band.
And then the guitarist, I think he loved to play, but his heart wasn't in it. He just liked to go to shows and play shows. I don't think he cared otherwise.
Right.
And so when the band broke up, the drummer Jason, he's got 13 projects he's on. Sam has a new band, and then BJ, he has the best bad movie podcast I've ever listened to.
So, hang on. Do you really got a friend named BJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's aware, so...
Well, that's interesting, because, like, you're showing a different side of, like... Because, like, Scum and I were like, damn, take the band. You can always find another girl. But if this girl meant so much to him, and then this band idea was just a way of keeping that girl, then really it isn't that important. But just think of like the friendships that he's kind of breaking by kind of giving up. There's a moral dilemma here. That's all. Yeah, definitely. So, but you see him choosing the girl. Like, you see him...
I'm a romantic, so I see the girl in the end.
I can see that,
Maybe
too.
there's a better girl instead. I could see that, too, but...
Right.
I think they did have a choose, like, you just got successful by accident, but you're not impressing the person you meant to impress.
That's true. And so, the real goal of, why he did all these things is for her. Yeah. And so I can see why, like, even though it's a bummer that the band's going to break up, it's like, does he at one point like say like, I did this all for you, like I actually lied to you? Would that be like a moment in the story?
I don't know, that could be.
Where like maybe he gets frustrated, like where she's just like, I don't like this band. I think that it's contrived.
I think it would be
blah,
more.
Blah, blah,
I think it would be more of like a, what's that word I want to use? Where she just doesn't care. She's just kind of unimpressed, kind of just meh.
Yeah.
Just disinterested, I guess, in the music. Like she goes to support him, but she's like, "Yep, there's my boyfriend, and then again."
And then all this extra time that he's putting in towards the band is less time with her too. So that's another thing that like he has to like realize that do I choose the band? Do I choose the possibility of getting a record deal and going out on tour? And that's a lot of work, and there's a lot of risk too. Or do I like just maybe tell her that that like I did this for you, and if you don't really like it, then all I wanted in the end was you to like me. So
I like that. That's good.
Yeah. Hey, and that's pretty poetic in a sense too. That like she's like, wow, he did all that to me. Like, sure, he lied to me, and I'm upset about that. But look what look what I was able to do to get him motivated and do something. Like maybe
he should be like, I did it all for you, and then she should be like, you should have done it for yourself, and then walk out, and then.
Wow,
that's deep.
It is, but and that's kind of like the sad version of it. But
and then at the end, so that happens. He's heartbroken. Writes the hit song. Plays on the radio. She hears it. She loves it, and she's upset because she knows it's about her.
Oh, I got it.
That's the cat.
Skater boy. Am I right?
See you later, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that though. Yeah. Like that, yeah. It inspires him to like write like an even better song that like allows them to get their record deal and stuff like that. And does she go back to him?
No.
Like she's just like maybe she's just
like kind of
like proud of him.
It'd just be like her at a coffee shop hearing that song, like at a Starbucks. Hearing that hit song play, and she's like, and just maybe crying, just like,
wow.
But maybe there's like a smile to it.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be like sad tears, but it'd just be like,
well, did she like the song?
Yeah, she would like the song. I think that'd be like she finally played a song she likes, but he's gone now.
Yeah,
so she can't tell him.
Aww.
And then he's happy because he's a rock star. So
right, but
there's his guitar.
Damn, that's a good story, man. It's I don't know. I dig it.
Thank you. It's glad to flesh it out a little bit more when it's
Yeah, that's another reason why I love this show, is that like sometimes it's just like you have like this premise and then you it's just good to talk about it and like get it out there and then like and get some feedback and then you start to like realize, okay, like
you get a different point of view, you get some other ideas, and
yeah. Dude, I totally dig it.
Thank you. I guess I have to write it now.
Yeah.
That was deep.
I think you should do it with animals too. I'd love to see a bunny holding the guitar. I
still see it as like a movie though. That's I think it's been in my head like a.
But that's one thing that's great about graphic novels nowadays is it's just a
storyboard for like a movie.
Yeah, it's a way of like getting your story told visually, and so that like people are, a lot of production companies are like buying up graphic novels, the rights to them, because there is the potential of making it into a movie.
That's why a lot of people make graphic novels now too, for the hope to make a movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Mark Millar, I'm talking to you.
Dude, he just made this huge deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
So like he's doing it,
No, but he makes one good movie, then he makes a crappy sequel. Good movie, crappy sequel.
Well, I think it's also too that like it's the money people. It's not just him, But yeah, are you talking about like Kingsman and you're talking about
and
Kick-Ass? Yeah. I think but you also got to think that they're adapting that stuff. So it's like it's not the best way those stories were told.
I think the Kick-Ass movie was better than the book.
Yeah, I haven't read the book, so I'm not. Yeah, I don't know.
It's very similar. The only the only difference is roughly the love interest of Kick-Ass. When she finds out, she beats the shit out of him and leaves.
Oh, wow.
Instead of like falling in love with it, they start fucking everywhere, So
right.
I mean, that's the major difference. Is like he gets still gets shat on as a kid when we find out.
Interesting. And I could see it going either way, But like, I think that I guess that's.
But you want to see that little Frankie Muniz looking kid get some action. That poor little virgin.
That's true. Well, cool, man. Yeah. Thanks for pitching your story.
No problem. Thank you.
We're gonna come back. I'm gonna pitch you guys another story.
All right.
And then Scum. Then you'll be up. All right.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks for listening.
Oh.